listening to the Ocean Rowing Podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Painter, physical therapist and owner of Strong and Empowered Rowing. I help people continue their love of rowing without aches and pains. Along the way, I decided I wanted to row across the Atlantic Ocean. I'm finding it super hard to get in touch with previous ocean rowers and find the answers on how to make this possible. So this podcast is to share my story and what I learn as I get ready for and ultimately cross the Atlantic Ocean. Hear from experts in different areas and from others who have completed ocean rows. So anyone who wants to do this has easy access, and we can share our stories with the world. Welcome to episode 14 of the Ocean Rowing Podcast. My name is Amanda Painter, and I'm your host. And in this episode, it's going to be a nice, quick, short, and sweet update episode, as my update episodes normally are. So I really hope you enjoyed the last episode with Megan Hoskin. If you haven't checked it out, you should. And that was episode number 13. I actually just finished interviewing our next guest, who is Ian Davies, who is somebody who actually hasn't crossed. So he's the second person on the podcast who has not done an ocean crossing yet. So that's pretty exciting. I got a different view from him than I have talking to people who have already crossed. And that's because he is going to be crossing in about 4 months. And he planned for about 2.5 years before he actually got to where he is now. So from him, I learned a lot about different fundraising tips since he's kind of living it right now. And because of that, I decided I need to think a little bit more about my name and fundraising and things like that. So I've been pondering some name ideas over the past month or so, but I haven't really sat down to really get into it. But I think I've kind of prioritized that I need to do that, because if I'm going to start raising money, bringing awareness to this thing that I want to do, choosing a charity, etc., creating things like he mentioned, which you'll hear in the next episode, but thank you cards and things like that where I want to put my name and my logo on it, I need to have a boat name. So if anyone's got any ideas, my name's Amanda Painter. Actually, I'm changing my name to Amanda Painter Diver. So I keep playing with the diver idea, but if you got any ideas on a name for a solo crossing, please shoot them my way at mail@oceanrowingpodcast.com, or you can always find me at oceanrowingpodcast.com, and there's a link to send me an email. You can also reach out to me on Facebook or anything else, but I'm pondering name ideas. That's kind of where I'm at right now, because I need something going forward. That's what he really made me think about. I need something to be able to start creating things, to create a logo, to put things out there so that people know that this is a real thing and what my name is going to be. So if anyone's got ideas, shoot them my way. And that's kind of where I'm at. I've also set up a second appointment for a eye consult. So if you listen to the episode, maybe 4 before this, where I talked about kind of contacts, I am pretty convinced that I'm going to have an eye surgery, kind of like LASIK, essentially, to not have to wear contacts. I still haven't heard if anyone has crossed in contacts. So if you have, actually, I should have asked Ian that. He hasn't crossed yet, but he's got glasses. So if anyone has crossed with glasses or contacts or anything, I'd love to hear from you, and just kind of get your thoughts and how it went or how it's going to go. So I've set up my second appointment to get a second opinion on that, as I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do early of next year. And right now I'm just thinking about logos, thinking about names, what my name is going to be. So I would love any feedback. And like I said, this is going to be nice and short and sweet. That is my update right now, but I know it's small. And right now these updates are small because I'm not in the grind yet. So these update episodes will probably get longer as I go, and as I get closer to my crossing and planning and actually doing more things. But I wanted to document these small little things for you guys so that people can see not just things as they're done and as they're finishing up, but really the small processes that go through your brain as you're starting something, as something is still kind of a vision and it's still growing. And that's where I'm at. I'm in the vision and growing stage, and I really just want people to hear that and see that not everything has to move in quick movements, and not everything needs to be drastic, but small thought processes actually end up helping you in the long run move towards your goal as well. So that's the episode. Stay tuned for the next episode where I interview Ian Davies of Atlantic Mavericks, and he is in a 4 crossing the Atlantic in December of 2019. And yeah, so I'm really excited to follow him, and he gives great insight for anybody looking to cross an ocean. He gives insight from that beginner perspective who has not crossed. So fundraising, duck races, and lots of tips to help you go before you're crossing. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and hit the subscribe button if you want to get first updates when the new ones are available. This comes out basically every 2-ish weeks. It's twice a month. And yeah, so have a great one, guys.